Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of my Halloween keto candy series. Today we're making a super simple and delicious low-carb payday bar. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. My name's Alycia and I'm a pastry chef with a sweet tooth. And I'm here to show you all the tips and tricks on how to make the best recipes possible. So if you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button down there, give the video a thumbs up, leave me comments, and share with all your friends and family. They'll all be happy you did, and it all helps my channel grow and to bring you new videos every Saturday. Today, a super easy and delicious payday bar. My whole family's been enjoying them. I've been doing so many tests. It's a delicious, chewy, caramely peanut butter filling coated in peanuts. It's delicious. So let's get started on this very simple recipe. Halloween is my favorite time of year, and it was really tempting to paint my face and all that. I'll link up there 2020's Halloween video. It was pretty elaborate, but it was fun to shoot the video. It was COVID time, so I had all the time in the world. So this recipe starts out with an 8x8 pan. I'm using a silicone, makes it a lot easier. If you're not using silicone, I would use parchment paper and spray on an 8x8 pan, just because allulose can sometimes be a little bit sticky. But very simple. We're gonna put 4 ounces of roasted salted nuts in the bottom of our pan. The only thing here, I just make sure that there's no like whole peanuts, just because you want more real estate, and whole peanuts, when you break them in half, there's more of them. So all my tests, I was making this much more complicated, and actually pulling and cooling the caramel centers into a rope and then rolling them in the peanuts. You can actually do that too. You just gotta be careful with how hot the caramel is, and I would wear gloves so that it's a little bit less hot. But I like them to look exactly like payday bars, so I was gonna do that, but I made it simple for you. And this makes 14 payday bars. And put it all in one layer, all spread out. 112 should coat the entire bottom of your pan. There we go. So if you saw last week's video, I have something similar to this, but that prompted me to figure out an actual like chewy, like pull apart caramel to put on top of just peanuts instead of like a mixed nut bar kind of thing. So that's all ready to go. This goes really quick, so you want to have everything kind of ready before you even start making the caramel centers for this. Then we're gonna need another 4 ounces of peanuts to go on top of the caramel. I don't know why I closed that. And it's about a cup, I found, is about 4 ounces. I try to do the same thing with these and break them up as I do it. You can definitely do this with any nut you want too, obviously. You don't have to do peanuts. Oh, it's actually less than a cup. So a little bit less than a cup of peanuts. Like, it's not like all flush up to the top if you don't have a scale. Okay, and now for the filling, which is pretty simple. And I've done a couple different tests with this so that you have a lot of different options. It starts with a pot, medium-sized pot with 160 grams of allulose in it. So like I mentioned in the last video, depending on how powdered your allulose is, it'll change the cup measurements. So this is 1/3 of a cup, and it looks like it's gonna be 1 whole cup. It's actually a little bit less than. If your allulose is more granular than this, 1 cup will be 160. But because it's a little bit powdered, it was more than 160. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of water to that just so that it doesn't burn too easily. The amount of water really doesn't matter. You can do it dry, it's just that you gotta babysit it a little bit more. Now, I chose to use the Lily's peanut butter chips in this, but I did a test with Chalk Zero's white chocolate chips and it worked. It became a more firm caramel when used in the same amounts as the peanut butter chips, but it was still delicious. It's just a little bit more hard, chewy caramel. This one's a little bit softer. And then I also did it with just regular creamy peanut butter. And that one was the softest out of all of them. So I think the Lily's peanut butter chips tasted the best and had the best texture to it. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I've been buying these at Walmart. Amazon has a 2-pound bag for way cheaper than Walmart's, what are these, 7-ounce bags? These are like 6 something, and the 2-pound bag on Amazon is only like $15. So I should have just went and bought that a couple of weeks ago and would have saved myself some money. but I'll have it linked down below for you. We need 4 ounces or about a cup, 112 grams. It's kind of the same as the peanuts, just not full cup. And just like in my candy bar recipe, I did add a little bit of protein powder to this just to bump up the protein a little bit. If you use the peanut butter, it's higher calorie, higher fat, and higher protein, and obviously no sugar alcohols because these have sugar alcohols in them. So less total carbs in the peanut butter version, but I would add about a half teaspoon of liquid stevia to that recipe because our peanut butter isn't sweetened at all, and allulose isn't as sweet as sugar. So I feel like you need some extra sweetness if you're putting the peanut butter in there. I had my husband try it all side by side, and he liked the Lily's one best. He liked the peanut butter one too. I think he liked the Chalk Zero one the least. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of unflavored whey protein isolate, and then we're just gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And that's it. Turning this on medium, give it a little stir to moisten it. Just let that melt, and we're only cooking it to 330 degrees. I did a lot of testing with adding butter to this, with cooking it to different temperatures. I saved my first batch to show you. This is the difference just with cooking it to 350. Like, it is really hard. And then I ran out of peanuts, so I used my mixed nuts. This is 330, so it's like a lot softer and more chewy. So 20 degrees difference in cooking can go from way too hard to the right texture. And that was with butter in it too. I ended up just leaving out the butter, and it worked so much better because, like I mentioned in my English toffee video, allulose can only hold so much butter. So when we added in the peanut butter chips or the peanut butter, it worked, but with that extra butter in the allulose, it got kind of greasy on the outside and some of the oil seeped out. So final tests I did yesterday, I just left out the butter and it worked perfectly. Basically all the water does is it kind of slows down the caramelizing process because the water has to evaporate before it starts to caramelize. So it just helps it not go so fast. A dry pan, it melts and then it gets up to temperature like super fast, like in my Butterfinger video, which I'll link that up there for you if you haven't seen that. That was last week. The candy bars was 2 weeks ago. Forget I'm not shooting in order today. So once it's all melted, get it all off your spatula. Oh, no more stirring. Just do swirls around. Definitely check out the Keto Butterfinger recipe if you want to know more about cooking allulose. About 310. Literally just starts to brown around 330. There it is, 331, 332. Now the only difference with this is I let it chill for a while and bring it down to a little bit over 200, just because I don't want the chips to burn in here. Lily's chips are made with peanut flour, and I don't want that to get not good tasting in there. So if you get it down to about 215 and then add in the chips, it's enough to melt the chips, but with adding it all at once, it cools it down to the point where the chips don't like get burned and like chunks don't form. So what I tend to do is, because I have all stainless steel in here, I go and take it to different countertops and help cool it down a little bit faster. Because just sitting here on this, it's hot. It's not going to cool down very fast. Yeah, we're at 307. So I'm going to go put it on some stainless steel, and it'll be back when it's around 215. Okay, that only took a couple minutes. It's down to about 230. It starts to get thick around 240, but I just keep stirring it. We're at like 220. So just a couple more seconds. That only took about 3 minutes, putting it on like 4 or 5 different spots on my stainless steel. If you have a marble countertop or something like that, something that can handle heat, that would help. Okay, we're at 215. So add in, you could have added this in earlier, I forgot. Mix in the vanilla, and then mix in the chips and the protein powder. So everything will get real thick and melt, and then we gotta get right into our pan. Once all the chips melted, we're going to put it in the pan. It gets real thick real fast. Keep an offset spatula here so I can scrape it all off, get it all spread out. And do the best job. I think the vanilla cooled it down too much. Okay, cover it with your peanuts and push them down real good in there. Okay, once they're all pushed down into the bar, make sure they're all in a single layer. Oh, I had a couple more over here still. Okay, into the fridge to set up completely, but they don't have to stay there. So we're just gonna let them set up, cut them, and enjoy them. Make sure they're kind of all in one layer. Make sure you don't have too many loose ones. There we go. Okay, into the fridge. We'll be back when we get to cut and try them. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes. Let's get out these Payday bars. Get a couple loose nuts. Move out of the way, nuts. Stick them back in there. Okay, so we just do in half, which is 3.5-ish. Same as the candy bars. 1-inch pieces. My husband was very excited for these. He took all 14 of the last batch into work with him. He's one of those people that loves peanut sticks. His donut of choice. He was very happy to have a whole batch. You do lose a couple peanuts here and there, but like a soft and chewy caramel inside. Salty, sweet, peanut buttery, chewy. I'll put up here the nutrition facts for if you use Lily's chocolate chips and if you use peanut butter, so you can compare, decide what you want to do. So it's a little bit softer of a caramel chew with the straight peanut butter. It all depends though on how you mix up our creamy peanut butters, because you know sometimes when you get to the end of the jar you get a lot more thicker peanut butter than as opposed to when you first open it and you stir it up, you might not get all the way down to the bottom and it's a little bit looser and more liquidy at the top of the jar. So it all depends on your jar of peanut butter at the time, how soft your caramel is going to be. Ooh. A delicious snack that will hopefully keep you from eating your kids' Halloween candy this year. If you have a bunch of different candies on hand, you should be good. It's so good. Feel free to add melted chocolate chips on top, or you can probably even put like a layer of melted chocolate down in the pan, sprinkle with the peanuts, put the caramel filling on top, more peanuts, then melt some more chocolate on the top. That'd be my way to go. I love chocolate and peanut butter. My favorite. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and it helps you out this Halloween season. Don't forget to check out all my other candy videos. I'm gonna try to put up a candy compilation video more towards Halloween, but I will definitely link my candy playlist at the end here so that you can be super prepared for this Halloween season. Don't forget to check out my Amazon shop page. The link is down in the description box below, along with the blog link to the full recipe. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll be back with more keto, low-carb, healthy meals, desserts, and snack recipes. Bye guys. Happy keto candy making and Halloween.